What's up, guys? This is the MMA Genie, and this is my first video of the channel, so get ready, stay tuned. Let's get right into it. We're going to be doing the UFC 250 predictions. So this is the White House card that everybody has been waiting for, and especially me, myself. I've been talking about it with my buddies for the past 6 months, trying to tell them, bro, it's going to be crazy. They're going to be literally on the White House lawn. They're going to walk out of the White House, the Oval Office themselves. And now it's here. Now it's finally just not even a week away. So these are my predictions. Let's start off with Diego Lopez. Well, by the way, I'm going to have Ilia Topuria all the way up on here because bro is actually going to be the GOAT, but we'll get right into that. So Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. Honestly, as much as I think I know about MMA, I swear to God, I'm like the biggest casual that knows what they're talking about. So Steve Garcia, I don't really think I've watched him fight too much. It looks like he has a pretty decent record. He has almost 25 MMA bouts. That's a lot of experience. And from what I saw from his highlights, it looks like he's a freaking dog, and he gets some submissions here and there, and then it looks like he has a lot of body kick finishes. But that boy Diego Lopez is a dog of dogs. So I'm probably just going to have to go with him. I think that him fighting Volkanovski opened up his eyes to the next level of MMA. And even though he's not there, I definitely think that a loss can make you better for sure. So I'm going to be going by Diego Lopez by maybe second round, third round KO. Because I do think that Steve Garcia does have some tools that'll make him back up a little bit and make him think, oh, maybe I can't just go right at him like that. But one right hand lands by Diego Lopez and boom, it's over. Also, he's not a joke on the ground. So Diego Lopez, third round TKO. Now let's move on to Mr. Bo Nickel. All right, first of all, why did he lose all of his aura from shaving his beard and then growing out his hair? He didn't look bad before with the buzz cut and the beard. He actually looked pretty cool, except he just has Jumbotron ears. But yeah, I mean, Bo Nickel, I think the first time I watched him fight was against that one short, stocky black guy, and I thought he was going to be middleweight champion in like 2 years. You look at him now, and I just don't know anymore. Obviously, great wrestler, but I just think that that's about all that he has. He has polished striking and good striking, but when it comes to actually being in the pocket, being in there, I don't think he has the greatest MMA mind. And Kyle Dawkins, I mean, I don't really know much about him either, but I saw his KO of Michel Pereira, and dude, if you can go toe-to-toe with him, damn, you have some good striking. And then you look at his record, and he has like 15 or 20 wins by submission. That's super dangerous when you get a guy with tons of experience and isn't afraid to get into a fight. You look at the size even on him. He's way bigger than Bo Nickel. So I definitely think that he has the experience advantage, the size advantage. And like I said, I'm a casual at the end of the day. But from what I've seen, Bo does not have that dog in him, and he's been getting layups ever since he joined the UFC. So I think it's going to be a tough road for him. So I do think Kyle's going to get a submission. He's probably going to, even though Bo Nickel's just starting his career, I think that sometimes you got to learn how to lose in every single way possible. Just like Israel Adesanya. First, he lost by decision. Well, obviously he got TKO'd by, the GOAT, Alex Pereira. But go on to Sean Strickland. He beats him by decision. Then he goes up against, I think his next fight was Dricus. Wait, holy shit, I have to look this up. I really got to know. I want to make sure I'm talking about this correctly. Frick, hold on. So, Israel Adesanya. Crazy that his name doesn't even pop up as the first thing anymore. Okay, Israel Adesanya. Let's see. Oh, yeah. It was Dricus. Yeah, right. So, Dricus. Yeah. So, decision, submission by Dricus, and then Nasruddin Imavov gave him a TKO. So, he lost already by decision, submission, and TKO. He had to lose every single way possible just so he could fucking realize, you know what, maybe I'm going to try that shit again and just fucking went in there, and he gets TKO'd again by Joe Pfeiffer. But it's like he's sprawled out and flailing for his life like a baby against Joe Pfeiffer. And I swear he's winning a fight, and then just, I don't know, his IQ goes out the window and he just wants to get in a firefight and gets his ass beat. I don't know why Israel Adesanya likes to get his ass beat. But that's besides the point. What were we talking about? Yeah, so Bo Nickel, I feel like he just has to lose in every single way possible, and he's going to lose by submission. So I'm going to go by, I don't know what round, but we'll just go Kyle Dawkins by submission. Now, Mauricio Rufy and Michael Chandler. Okay, at first when I saw this released, I was like, poor Michael Chandler. He waited 3 years and wasted all that time trying to wait for Conor McGregor, who just ripped the rug out from under him. But I think Mauricio Rufy is a dog, and it's basically like Brazilian Conor. So if anything, he got what he wanted and a lot more, because Mauricio Rufy is a killer. And I like his fighting style. I like how he, isn't afraid to experiment and be creative while he's literally fighting for real. It's not just sparring. So I do think that he'll feel more free in there, and he'll probably win. Honestly, like if I was to tell you who to bet money on, I'd probably say Rufy's going to win. But think about it. See you at the top. And you get Michael Chandler just throwing a big right hand, left hook, boom, boom, boom. And then all of a sudden Rufy's rocked, and you get him on the ground. And he just starts going crazy and gets the TKO in the first round. I honestly could see it. I could see Michael Chandler doing it. He hasn't had a crazy win for a while, and you need Michael Chandler to feel it, to really get in there. And you think about everybody he's, I guess, lost to. Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, and Charles Oliveira twice. But he does good against them in the first round, 2 rounds, and then that third round, after he's taking some damage, the cardio is getting after him. And, I mean, he's an idiot when he fights, but it's effective for a round or two. You think about that, and you compare to when... Sorry about that. You compare to when Rufy fought BSD, and BSD, shit fighter, but he wins. He pressured. And all of a sudden, he overloads Rufy, and next thing you know, he's beating the crap out of him, right? So honestly, I do think if you were to bet money, bet smart, bet it on Rufy, but don't be surprised if you see a legendary Michael Chandler knockout or TKO on the White House lawn, and they're talking about that for years to come. How I still got it. Conor McGregor, where you at? Like, come on, bro. I think it'll be cinema. So I wouldn't mind seeing a Michael Chandler win. I think it is what it is. I mean, if he wins, if he loses, we're always going to want to watch him fight, because he's a great winner and he's also a great loser. I love Michael Chandler. But I don't think Dustin Poirier does. I think Dustin could care less. But so, yeah, I'm going to go, my prediction, I'm going to go with, well, what did I write down actually? I'm going to go, Michael Chandler by TKO in the first, maybe second round. Maybe. But I'm just going to go first round TKO by Michael Chandler for the upset. Now, we should move on to Josh Hokett and Derek Lewis. All right. Josh Hokett, I fucking love that dude. I thought he was going to be a problem for Curtis, and he was. And he's a dog. I know people say he's undersized. I don't think he really is. I think that a lot of these guys are just oversized fat trash cans at heavyweight. So I think he's perfect size. And you look at DC, he was even smaller than him. Maybe a little fatter, but that's about it. Josh Hokett's a badass. But Derek Lewis has, as Joe Rogan would say, the nuclear option. That first 30 seconds of like one lung cardio is what Derek Lewis brings to the table. So here's the deal. I watched Derek Lewis the first time fight, 2018, UFC 229, October 29th or 26th? October 26th, proper 12 Irish whiskey. So, yeah, I was watching it. I was like, I don't even know who this guy is, but this tall-ass Russian dude's beating the fuck out of him. And then out of nowhere, bro drops the right hand of doom and then just humps the canvas, makes a crazy face, and then says, my balls was hot. I was like, I love this dude. I freaking love this dude, Derek Lewis, whoever he is. And so I've seen him throughout the years, and I like him, but you shouldn't bet on him. You really shouldn't bet on him. But when he wins is when I swear you least expect it. So you look at his last fight, he lacked so much spirit. I knew that zesty Dominican dude was going to beat him. I knew Waldo was going to beat him. I told everybody, sorry, Waldo's too fast. He's going to back up. He's going to jiggle his knees and do the freaking bachata around the freaking cage. And then all of a sudden, he's going to knock him out. He kind of did that, but then when he touched him, just grazed him with a jab, Derek Lewis drops to his knees and he says, come finish me. I can't breathe. Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, that was so sad to watch. Maybe he wants to come back. Maybe he's energized. You look at one of the biggest moments in history, a Conor McGregor card, Derek Lewis shows out, and he pulls it off. So I'm going to go Derek Lewis by KO because Hoke it just gets all up in your face, and that works with everybody except Derek Lewis. So who's the better fighter? Hoke it. If you want to bet money, Hoke it. I'm just being real. But if I'm going to make a prediction, let's go Lewis. Fuck it. Okay. Now, we're getting to the last part of the video. Sean Strickland. Oh, no, not Sean Strickland. Slip of the tongue. We got Sean O'Malley versus Amin Sahabi. Okay, why do I not like Amin? I don't really think there's anything he's ever done to me or the sport that I don't like. But the thing is, I don't like Sean O'Malley either, man. I love Sean O'Malley's fighting style. He's a great fighter. I've watched him fight ever since he first popped out. I think it was like 2017, 2018, 19, somewhere in that range. My buddy told, hey, bro, this new guy, Sean O'Malley, is crazy at striking. And I was like, really? And so I watched every single one of his fights, pretty much. Like, maybe not his first two, but then after he got his name out there, I was like, wow, I fuck with him. I want to watch him fight every time. But I just think that the whole character, the whole persona just is too much. The colorful rainbows. Like, as a grown-ass man, why are you dyeing your hair pink, blue, and orange and all this? Oh, my God. I just can't do it. And he's not even a character. He's not even funny. He just has crazy KOs and is Marab's son. I don't know what else he's famous for. So, yeah, I mean, I would just say that Sean O'Malley is probably going to get a boring decision just like his fight with Song Yadong. I think that Amin Zahabi has a good high guard, enough to be able to block the punches, but he doesn't have enough power to get Sean to respect him. And I think Sean is just way too creative in the cage. So I think Sean Strickland, or frick, I keep on doing that. Sean O'Malley is going to get the dub. I think that the Seans are winning this year. So I think Sean O'Malley is just going to get a boring decision. And the reason why I don't have to go over too much is just because Sean's good, Amin's old, and that's about it. It wouldn't even be good for the sport if Amin won. What does he have? Like another 2 months left of his career anyway? I mean, he's 38. Sean Strickland, that's the third time I've done it. Sean O'Malley. You can tell how irrelevant Sean O'Malley is in my mind. But Sean O'Malley, he is very competitive with a lot of the guys in the division. And I think Jan edged out their fight a few years ago. And I think that them having a rematch down the line will be great. So I do think Sean is going to win a boring decision, though. If he gets a viral KO, spinning wheel kick like how he wants, whatever, fine, cool. That'd be cool, too. But he doesn't even deserve that Bitcoin. I know who does. Okay, now let's move on. Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane. Man, this is one of the 50th fights I've thought of lately or seen lately, or had to analyze. Excuse me. Yeah, I think that it's definitely 50-50. It's hard to judge. They're both pretty much the same age, 36, 37. They're both the same height. Apparently, Pereira's only 6'4" when he looks 6'6". So they're the same weight relatively. Maybe Cyril Gane has 10 or 15 pounds of muscle more on him maximum. He's not that much bigger than Alex. Alex is a big, big dude when you look at him compared to the other guys. And you can say all you want, oh, he was able to make 185. Yeah, and he was almost dead when he made 185. So it's not like he's built like Israel Adesanya, you know. It's not like he's built all tiny and skinny and everything. I think that he just cut all the muscle and fat off of his body and was basically a skeleton with tendons at fighting at 185. And he was still able to put a whooping on these guys. And at 205, he showed, look, my power transfers, these guys aren't too big. And they still looked kind of small to him. You look at Roundtree, Ankalaev, they didn't look super big to him or anything. The biggest guy in the division next to him was Jamal Hill, and they were about the same size. And Jamal Hill's basically a heavyweight. He's fat as heck, blobbing around the cage and everything. So I think Alex Pereira is honestly a natural heavyweight. He has heavyweight power. His fighting style is perfect for MMA. That's what I've been saying for a long time, ever since I saw him fight Yuri Prochazka the second time. And he's perfectly slipping and then ripping. And then he has great takedown defense. He reads you perfectly. He hits you with the right calf kick. You go to the left, he throws the left hook. You go to the right, he throws the right hook, the right calf kick. I mean, it's a perfect style. And everybody says he struggles against southpaws. When has he struggled against southpaws? Maybe it looks like it, but think about it. Khalil Roundtree, southpaw. Yuri Prochazka, he can go southpaw. Not a problem for him. He switches stances 30 times in 30 seconds. Ankalaev, southpaw. Who else? Jamal Hill, southpaw. They're all southpaws for some reason in that division. It doesn't make sense. And he knocked them all out. Literally knocked them all out. So, in the first fight with Ankalaev, I think they just caught Pereira on a bad day. So that's my personal opinion. You can have whatever you want. Ankalaev got the first dub, whatever. The second one, Pereira knocked him the fuck out. So that's all I see. So now we look at Cyril Gane. What does he do better than Alex Pereira? I think he's faster on his feet, and everybody else can see that as well. He gets in and out very quickly. He does the little Muhammad Ali shuffle around the cage. Not the Ali shuffle. Like, I don't know, what's that called? That boxer's thing? Almost like a Dominic Cruz kind of shuffle around when you don't know what to do with your feet, I guess. And it's pretty effective because he's got heavyweights over here that don't have any footwork and they're all trash cans. But Cyril Gane, maybe I'm biased. I want to see his demise for what he did to my boy Tom Aspinall, what he did to Tai Tuivasa, what he could. Well, honestly, John Jones deserves to get kicked in the nuts. So fuck that. That one was okay. But the fact still remains that Cyril Gane cheats in every single fight, and maybe it's not on purpose, but he's the common denominator. So you have to say, look, man, this is on purpose. Eye pokes, back of the head shots, groin shots. It's every single fight. So I think that's what makes him dangerous. Is, am I going to get fouled? Am I going to lose an eye? Am I going to lose a nut? I don't know. Like, it's not a good situation to be in. And I think that going forward, they should deduct points from him on his first foul, no matter what. Because even though it's a different fight from his other fights, and I don't think that you should judge a fight based off of other fights, I think that's really unprofessional. I think there are exceptions. Cyril Gane is an exception. Every single fight, he commits a foul. Fucking take his money away, bro. That little French guy is well, I guess that big ass French guy needs to get his ass eye poked and figure out, oh, maybe that don't feel so good. Okay, well, then get the fuck out of here and get KO'd. Shit. Just leave the MMA community, please. So I am biased. I love Alex Pereira. I think him getting the third belt would be great for the sport. I don't think it'll make him the GOAT, but I think it moves him up like 5 spots for sure. And he's already close. So, but if I were to really say what I think it'll happen, I think that Pereira, I mean, what would happen? I don't know what's going to happen. But if I was Pereira's coach, I would tell him, be patient and damage the legs and make him come to you. Because if you're aggressive on Cyril Gane, I don't really think that works too well. He's so evasive. You have to make him go first. You look at him fighting Volkov. He didn't like fighting Volkov. Volkov standing on the outside, point fighting, and he had to take Volkov down. How is that a thing? People say, oh, nobody can beat Cyril Gane in the striking. You have to wrestle him. No, not really. You just got to strike him the way that he doesn't like for you to strike him. So, yeah, I think Alex should be patient and just do what he normally does. And I don't think it's going to be just catching it. Like, I mean, maybe he is aggressive on him every so on in the fight. And then when Cyril Gane has his hands down and he's slipping out of range, he just throws a high kick and catches him right on that bald little French head. Or he gets in the pocket and, lands some good shots and then TKOs him. Honestly, I think it'll be a good fight, but I've seen the betting odds and it is pretty 50-50 at this point. So I do actually think it's 50-50. If Cyril Gane wins, I wouldn't be surprised. Alex is taking on a really tough guy. But I do see Pereira edging him out for sure. So we'll take Alex Pereira by KO or TKO. Now, let's get to the main event. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. So, at this point, I'm super biased. Ilia Topuria is my favorite fighter. I am super biased. I swear to God. Wallahi, he is invincible. He obviously has weaknesses, okay? He's invincible, though, all right? He doesn't let you take advantage of his weaknesses, okay? And Justin Gaethje is dangerous. He is championship level, but he is not elite. You look at somebody that's elite, Volkanovski, Max Holloway, Charles Oliveira, all right? He was able to out-grapple Oliveira, okay? He was able to out-kickbox Volkanovski and Max Holloway. It's not necessarily the fact that, he chinned him. Yeah, I mean, Ilia Topuria would chin everybody, all right? It's the fact that he's able to outsmart these guys and put them in positions where he wants them and then capitalize on their mistakes. Justin Gaethje, I think, is definitely underrated in this position because he's so dangerous, has power in his hands, but he's 37, okay? I definitely think that comes into role. I know the Unks have been holding down the division for a while, but this one is not. I'm sorry. Against anybody else, yes, but not Ilia Topuria. He is a demon, and he is going to, I swear, we're going to get the craziest slime out on the White House lawn ever, and it's going to be an American. And I think sometimes I judge fights on storylines. Storylines make fights, and right now, America is getting slimed out, and so is Justin Gaethje. So, yeah, I think that Justin definitely has some tools that he can use on Ilia. I think the low kicks are super underrated, and he hasn't been using them for a while. That's why. But I remember thinking, wow, this guy's the best leg kicker I've ever seen in MMA. So if he can land that leg kick, he's going to damage Ilia. I've seen in Ilia sparring, he's getting close to his sparring partners, and then they're faking the low kicks or coming with the low kicks, and he's just lifting up that foot like Charles and countering that low kick, because that's exactly how Charles did it against Gaethje. He lifted up that leg. He didn't even check it. Justin spins around and then is off his footing, and then boom, gets caught with the right hand. So I think Ilia is a better striker than Charles, and he can definitely land the exact same freaking shot. Now, something that Justin is better than Ilia, clinch striking. I think that collar tie with the uppercuts, holy crap. If he just boom, 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 2 uppercuts, Ilia's like, what the hell was that? What the fuck? My gosh, bro, this guy hits hard, man. Like, okay, I don't even know what kind of impersonation that was. Just forget I did that. So, yeah, I think Ilia, I just think Ilia's too good. You look at everything he does. His boxing is the only thing he does. He throws leg kicks to get you off center. I think he's almost as good of a leg kicker as Justin, and I feel like his setups are better, all right? So he has better setups. His boxing combinations are better. You look at his boxing fight, well, it's MMA fight, but he literally boxed the head off of Josh Emmett for 5 rounds. You're telling me that Justin Gaethje can handle somebody that good at boxing? No. And Ilya has the power to just go boom, lights out. And it's the same thing when I watch maybe the Max fight, we kind of saw the KO coming because Max is so tough and his chin is probably the best chin Ilya's had to, go up against. I think Alex is a bit chinny, but he's just so safe that he doesn't really get chinned. Charles, I mean, that was probably like the easiest fight to predict, personally. But he hits him, and then you're almost shocked at how easily they just go down. And they're just out. When you least expect it, he lands a shot, and then boom, you're done. You're over with. And I think Justin might do well, and it'll look like he's actually on par with Ilya. I really do think so. I think people are underestimating how well he's going to do right away. But then it's going to be the exact same story. Whoever fights Ilya always looks good until they don't look good. They're doing well until they're not doing well. So that's my final prediction. I do think Ilya is probably going to get a first or second round KO. Third round KO? Holy crap. If Justin survives that long, I don't know how that's possible. But if he does, kudos to him. I think we're going to get a legendary Ilya Topuria slime out on the White House lawn. And everybody's going to be like, holy shit, we need him to fight Arman. He needs to fight Arman for the simple fact that he's the only guy that could really challenge Ilya. But it's going to be the same thing. If Ilya is preparing to fight Islam Makhachev, what do you think Justin's going to do to him if he's preparing for Islam? If he's preparing for Islam, what do you think Arman is going to do to Ilya? Nothing. He's going to do literally nothing to him. He's going to get knocked out just like everybody else. The Islam fight is intriguing because Islam has a style that is very difficult for Ilya to hunt down. And then when he gets close to him, Islam has that wrestling advantage. It's not huge, but it is there. It's the size advantage and the wrestling advantage, and maybe even the distance advantage, because Islam surprisingly keeps good distance, doesn't get hit. And I think Islam is the only thing that could really test Ilya in the sport right now. So if he's preparing for him and he thinks, oh, I can beat him, what do you think he's going to do to these other guys? So those are my predictions. If you stayed this long, thank you for watching. I just started this YouTube channel, so I'm going to try to put out content as often as possible. Thank you guys. Subscribe. Have a great day. Bye-bye.